Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Professor Neha Gupta, along with Professor Rupali Jadhav. Welcome you all to the Progressive Education Society's Management Institute of Business Studies. Today, we all are here to be the part of a one-day national level workshop on NAAC Revised Accreditation Framework and Sustainable Quality Assessment with National Education Policy Implementation.
Afternoon. I'm Prajakta Khule, along with IQAC Coordinator Dr. Mandakini Bhosle. In behalf of Progressive Education Society's Modern Institute of Business Studies, I welcome you all in one-day national seminar NAAC Revised Accreditation Framework and Sustainability Quality Assessment with National Education Policy Implementation. In session, IQAC approach for streamlining National Education Policy 2020. For the session, Sir Professor Dr. Ravindra Shukla with us. National Education Policy 2020 introduced by Indian government in July 2020. This policy aimed to address many developments in education sector. This policy built on foundation of access, affordability, equity, and accountability. Policy ensures the universal access to high quality education in phased manner. To give more details on implementation of policy in education sector, guest speaker Professor Dr. Ravindra Shukla sir with us. I welcome you sir and participate in the session. Moving ahead before the session, I would like to introduce Sir. Sir is working as professor in Department of Business and Commerce, PSS Institute of Vocational Education, Bhopal. Sir highly qualified with MCOM, MBA, PhD and DLED. Sir has a vast experience of 38 years. Sir published 6 books and 25 research papers in national and international journals. Sir attended more than 7 curriculum, research paper and guidance experience. Sir has a vast experience in research and innovation of 26 years. Also awarded 18 awards in the same. Sir also awarded scholarship by UGC Research Fellowship at doctoral level. Sir participated more than 36 conferences at national and international level. In this way, Sir has a vast experience in his domain. Definitely, today's session is going to be a wonderful. Before start with the session, I would like to request to Dr. Aruna Devaskar ma'am to felicitate Professor Dr. Ravindra Shukla sir. Thank you ma'am. Now I would like to request to sir to start with the session. Sir, please take over the channel.
Respected academic leaders of the country, chairman, governing body, dashing director and active team of the institute, and dear students. I am happy to be a guest speaker in this national seminar. Due to busyness, my daughter was going to USA today. I have just 15 minutes back, I have just came to just drop him at airport. So I was not find time to give the slides, your PowerPoint presentation, but I will try to give you in a very simple points which is relevant and that is self-explanatory type. I feel in spite of we will go very high things, we can go in the root level. What is the reason? What should be the approach? Real. How we can fulfill the goal of that implementation of national policy. The challenges that India's National Education Policy 2020 face in its quest to elevate the country as a developed one by supporting development imperatives is the fourth of the UN Sustainable Development Goal (SDGs), which aims to ensure good education is accessible and equitable and encourage opportunity for lifelong learning for all. To achieve this goal, this new education policy has been launched. What is the most important here is this is launched, but in India, there are different type of institutions. How? Number one, like there are the Institute of National Importance, fully central government funded. There is the institute funded by UGC. There is the institute funded by state universities, and then there is a private university. So if we can go through detail about these different types of institutions, there is a lot of differences in their financial, administrative, governance, and infrastructure. So first of all, I will try to tell you certain things on the background. Then I will come to what will be the need of preparing a strategic plan and goals. In the certain, I have just decided 8 points. So I will stick on that, their goals, their strategic plan. But prior to that, for background, what is the most important since they are different? So there is a need of seeing the institution level type. What type of institution? Why? Because there are, except certain autonomous college or deemed university which they have powers, unless and until we have not that powers, suppose private colleges affiliated to university, so they have bound to the policy of the state university. So we must see first what is the strength, what is the weaknesses, what is the opportunity, and what is the challenges by that institution. So what I want to say, they can make their own strategy on the basis of their strength, on the basis of their weakness. So for this purpose, there was the need of a meeting of the whole of the staff of that institute, that higher education institution, and with the help of IQAC can organize such type of meeting, and there they can talk in detail. It is not we will just say very, very good things about that. That will not serve the purpose for the institution, because what is the institution's infrastructure? How? I just give you the one example. Only 1.5 or 2 years back, there was one interview of NEC director. That time it was given because of there was no permanent teacher. 26% of institution has not applied in NEC because of there was not institutional head in 5.5% of institution. That's why they have not applied for NEC. Not only this, out of that time, whatever the roughly 50,000 institution was that time number, only roughly 20,000 has been applied for NEC, and they have already successfully conducted. So there is a lot of work has to be done still. This policy is very good. What is the main thrust on the policy? First is multidisciplinary and holistic education. Then equity and inclusion in higher education. Motivated, energized, and capable faculty. Technology used and integration. Global outreach of higher education. Promotion of Indian knowledge systems, language, culture, and values. Then research, innovation, and rankings. For NEC point of view, this is very important. Integrated higher education system. So as I have already told you, in this points, there is a need of preparing a strategic action plan, what initiative to achieve the goals and the goals by the institution with the help of, with the planning of IQAC. So I will go in a very simple points, very small points for these points. First of all, multidisciplinary and holistic education. What action plan or strategic plan? First, flexible curriculum structure and length of programs. So for this purpose, we must revamping curriculum, restructuring the academic programs in a phased manner, because it is not possible. We have to make that goals short term, middle term, and long term. When we are saying short term, that is for 2 years. When we are saying for middle term, that is for 3 to 5 years. And for long term, that is 5 to 10 years. Then here, multiple exit, multiple entry and multiple exit, introducing multiple entry exit option for where there is a courses like Bachelor of Vocational or Engineering. So first of all, we can introduce in the first phase, and then subsequently multiple entry or exit options may be provided in professional and general education program. Then credit-based system, that is Academic Bank of Credit, ABC, adoption of UGC, establishment and operationalization of Academic Bank of Credits scheme in Higher Education Regulation 2021 after notification. Then implementing the UGC regulation on Academic Bank of Credits in a phased manner. Because what is the problem in this academic credit? Suppose a particular institution has already started that work in a good manner. But what is the provision given in the policy if that student afterwards want to go some other university, he want to do that credit. So that credit creation, there is a need of that particular institution is also done this ABC. So for this purpose, there is a whole institutions, unless and until they are starting this ABC, it is very difficult to give the practical shape in the floor. Then ending fragmentation, adopting integrated approach. Presently, what we are doing, there is a boundaries. This earlier, if you just see, this is academic, this is vocational. Even I remember earlier there was a stream, vocational stream also in the schools like arts, science, commerce. There was a vocational stream earlier. This time, this is a good suggestion came, that is integration of general education into vocational education into general education. So that is comes in the mainstream. There were certain regions for, because our students are coming from the schools, that's why I am taking this background. There was not so successful in comparison to developed country that vocational education, only because there was a definite demerits, like there was no vertical mobility that time. I remember there was the students who have done the commerce-based vocational course, they have deprived of vertical mobility. I just give you one example which I have faced personally. I have gone to the Guwahati. So when I have taken a meeting of vocational teachers, I have asked what is the problem, why this registration is going less and less. Then they have told, sir, this Guwahati University, after passing my this 10+2 vocational, they are not giving the admission in the graduation. Then immediately I have tried, I have talked with the Vice Chancellor and I have gone to the university. I have talked with the Then Dean, that was a very senior academician, I have discussed with him what was the problem. Then he told me several things. In vocational, people are not skilled, they are simply taking the degrees, this and that. Then patiently I have listened and I have told about the that time syllabus of vocational education. I have told him how that syllabus has been framed. That is a job description, what job is available, self-employed or wage employed, then job description, and after job description there is a job analysis. Whatever the theory paper, that will be the part of the theory, and what is the skill is required, that is a part of practical. And there were certain personality traits also, like integrity, like sincerity, that was also there. There was also on the job training. This internship is introduced this time, or in professional course like MBA or engineering earlier, but not general, which is this time given. That was already provided in the vocational course earlier also. Not only that, they have given the apprenticeship scheme. They have covered in the apprenticeship scheme also. Apart from that, that was not failure. And I am happy to say, because of a very small intervention, my pains to going to university, that were resolved. And that dean was, what was the problem you will have? You will see. He was saying, actually, I have never involved in this type of development process. I was not aware about it. This is so good. So sometimes things are not very big. Things are very small, but we have to solve. If we will not go in the gross root, what is the reason? What is the actual disease? Then we can test this or this may or this may. So I want to tell you by this story, in several things in this scheme, there is a challenge to our teachers, to our administrators. There is a lot of need of changes, restructuring of curriculum, programs. Even there are several things, if that is not common in that present governance system, there is a need of change in that governance system also. Then there is a finance. Finance is also very crucial. Very recently, today only in the Patrika I have seen, they have exposed one page. They have told about the Barkatullah University Bhopal, from where I am just saying you, the government is giving very less amount, only 25%, whatever their expenses. So what they are saying, they are only depending on the fees, and they have only this option, either to increase the fees or not to give that appropriate quality. So we are saying so many very good things, but we must have to see in the what is the ground reality of the university, college or institution. All institutions are not A++. There are our institutions which are in the rural poor, in the poverty line. There are also institutions where there is for the long time there is no full-time teachers or very less teachers. They are on the contract teachers. They are running on the responsibility of contracted teacher, ad hoc teachers. So that is also a very serious problem. So whenever any IQAC chairman or in charge will prepare this action plan, strategic plan, he must see what is the position of his college. Whenever there is a question of multidisciplinary, it looks very good. But is you have a proper teacher for that? I want to share just one example. I am happy to share. I am also the governing body from UGC in your Symbiosis Pune College. So I feel 1.5 years back, Principal Saab has come with that proposal. We want in commerce, arts also, sir, there is a demand. We have immediately permitted and say you do the needful. And I am happy to share, when I have phoned next time, he was saying there is enough student, there is no impact of that because of that Why? Because they have that faculty also in the arts he has taken. but that is a resources of that particular institution. It is not for with everybody. So if that person is a single faculty or very limited subjects, then how that arts people will come? And if he will recruit, there is a need of finance. And now for new post, state government is not sanctioning even the new post. They are saying you make the self-finance course or generate by your own funds, consulting this, that. So we have to see this paradox of the system also. So we cannot go what others, we can see what is with in this situation of ours, infrastructure, governance, administration, all what we can perform. And we will not perform just very fast. Phased implementation of policy is required. There is a need of outcome-based curriculum reforms. So for this purpose, devising of institutional development plan with the help of IQAC. Now involve IQAC in this institute development plan. Earlier, normally there was a different high power committee who are preparing this type of plan. So now there is a need of involving this IQAC also. And where it is already involved, it is a good thing. Then I have told you this several places when I have visited, I have seen there is a governance reforms is also required in tune with NEP 2020. There is a good leader, academic leader. He wants to do a lot of things, but he has not permitted. He has not given finance. He has not that authority. So whatever that type of appropriate forums, that type of authority should be given. Then wide range of elective courses of multidisciplinary nature, like offering of general or open elective course on value education, yoga, Indian knowledge system, Indian classical literature, and glorious past of India. Offering of multidisciplinary courses by each department. This is also very important. Sometimes we are talking about institute, but we forget there is a need of discussion subject wise also, because that multidisciplinary for all the subject. So, and I am happy to just here refer our B.R. Ambedkar University, Mau Indore has already made a lot of webinars on this. What is the challenges and what is the role of teacher with a particular subject. They have made a lot of seminar subject wise, and in the second time they have already take the what is the action plan, what is the roadmap, how we will go for this. So they have made, and for that purpose they have also given their name is in the India Book of Records, the maximum webinars last year. So we must, if we have not finance, so at least we can make more labor. We are enthused enough. There is a need of change in attitude also. Whatever the earlier system, a particular this time to this, that will not serve if we really want to follow. Because for that time is for regular teaching, for this. But for your innovative programs, for your good practices, if you want to implement, you want to replicate, there is a need of extra time planning, extra time in the institution. Either we can like or not, but if you want, so we will something different, then only institution will be different. Then establishment of IPR cell and research promotion cell to promote the culture of quality multidisciplinary research, promoting the culture of cross-disciplinary and interdisciplinary research, introducing the department of history like music, philosophy, Indology, fine arts, translation and interpretation, integrating co-curricular and extracurricular with curricular in all disciplines. This is a very good thing in the policy. Now, earlier students are not given attention. Why? Because that was not the part of the curricula. They have just to, with the passive mood, they are participating. Now, because that is integrated with the curricular and extracurricular with curricular, so they will give their full. For long-term planning, there is a need of integrating UG, PG and research program in all disciplines, restructuring the programs with renewed focus on global competency, fully functional international student office with large number of international students on roll. Unless and until we will think of this, that international student will not come. We also want to attract. For that purpose, we can make that type of infrastructure. We can make the office for them. Then second, I have told equity and inclusion in higher education. For that purpose, first of all, in equity, there is a need of access. That is to GR, gradual increase in the number of seats, flexible exit entry options to facilitate lifelong learning opportunities. Then there is a need of student support, mechanism for professional, psychological, and career counseling, student-friendly university website. This is also very important. I have seen even in the visits of NEC also, sometimes some institutions are doing good work also, but sometimes they are not posting in their website. So that was not properly known by their student, by their ex-student, by the persons of that city or that country. So this is equally important what you are doing, report of that, photograph of that, press cutting of that, that should be posted. Your website should be up to date. You are doing is okay. At the same time, like marketing campaign, you have to make the marketing of your works also. Like this program is going very good, very dashing team. But jungle mein more nacha kisne dekha? So unless and until we will make in the website, everybody can know that good work is doing in that place of Pune. So that type of things is required, where unfortunately several people are saying it is a very common thing. No, several part I have seen they are not posting, they are doing, and when we are visiting they are showing. Why you have not put it? Oh, we have never think that can be the part of website. So we must cautious about this thing. Then sports recreation facilities, club sales is because this time we are giving thrust on the student-centered education. So we must give him the full type, all type, how they can all-round development. So that sports recreation is also comes. Then student discussion forums for engaging learning environment. Always we are saying there is not learning, but we are not making that type of forum. Make these discussion forums, and I'm sure when you will initiate, something will have, maybe possible not first month, second month, 3 months, but after 3 months there will be the speed. Then adequate financial support to the students belonging to economically disadvantaged group, quality residential facility to attract international students, that housing is equally important for international student, mechanism for student wellness such as physical and mental health and sound ethical grooming. Then socio-economically disadvantaged group, learning opportunities for all irrespective of social, economic or linguistic backgrounds, mitigating opportunity cost and fees for pursuing higher education, providing more financial assistance and scholarship to SDs, making the admission process and curriculum more inclusive, developing more programs, course taught in Indian language. This is also, if you just see, I am just trying to cover that thing also, which I have seen in the feedback. So I am also trying to tell that thing in spite of giving high blah blah. I want to say here also there is a lot of need of this course. There are very intelligent students, but because of language sometimes they have a problem. And I just sharing you the fact. Here even in Bhopal, there was a university, Atal Bihari Vajpayee Hindi University. In this session, they have already started engineering course in Hindi. And there is in Jabalpur, there is a medical university, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose University. They are starting their medical course, what they have announced few months back. So sometimes this is also the language is also the barrier for intelligent students. Strict enforcement of all no discrimination and anti-harassment rules. Then nowadays, gender equity is equally important. Sensitization of faculty, counselor, and student on gender identity issue. Sometimes if you just see even in the visit, there is a sexual harassment committee, but that is not according to the what is given there, how to form that is not according to that. So we must go give the important, that is just for formality. Sometime in some places, they are not knowing so much, even the persons who are involved. So there is a need of introduction of Center for General Studies, where is still not Gender Studies Center. Persons with disability, that is the Divyangjan, ensuring that all building and facilities are wheelchair accessible and disabled friendly. Constitution of the cell for the person for disability of Divyangs with representative from administration, teachers and students. Strengthening and modernizing of university library to ensure an adequate supply of books and software that cater to the specific needs and interests of persons with disabilities. Then third one I have told you, equity and inclusion. For equity and inclusion, second goals, short-term preparation of institutional development plan, increase the intake capacity in the existing department having adequate infrastructure, introduction of skill-based courses to increase employability potential in UG and professional programs, students-friendly institutional website, student discussion forums, mechanism for student wellness, academic and professional support to SEDGs, then motivated, energized, and capable faculty. Service conditions and career progression, clearly defined and transparent process and criteria for faculty recruitment. What happened? Nowadays, it was also seen several places, the very sincere, very devoted faculty was there doing lot of good work, but there is not timely incentive in terms of promotion. Even career promotion is also not in the time. It is not for where it is timely. It is for most of the places, particularly I have seen here in the northern place, several that teacher are not satisfied. They are negative motivated. I have done so much of good work, but sir, even I have for the long time, this professorship is due, but still I am not availing that facility of professor. I am still associate professor. You are giving after due date from the restrictive effect, but that particular time will not comes back. So this type of incentive, what is the corporate culture that is required? You set the targets for, but at the same time, you also motivate by way of give the incentives. There will be the difference between who are performer, who are not performer. So we have to little professional approach. Then only we can make it what is expected from us. Timely promotions under career advancement, linking up high impact research contribution with fast-track promotion system. In addition to the existing recruitment process, tenure track shall be introduced to further ensure excellence. If that is not good type of specialized people are not available, then we can go for this also. Rigorous performance assessment parameters for promotions, increase in salary and recognition at the university level, institution level. Professional development and leadership and management skill. Ample opportunity for continuous professional development, sponsored international academic research exposure to each faculty by devising the appropriate institution mechanism facilitating foreign visits of faculty for academic, research and extension activities. Faculty induction program for newly recruited faculty. Although I am happy several places now it is started in good institution induction, but still a lot of places it is not conducted. Motivating the faculty for quality publication and research by way financial incentives, publicity and recognition. Identifying excellent faculty with high academic and service credential as well as demonstrated leadership and management skills for training through a ladder of leadership positions. Providing computers, conferencing facility, and adequate ICT support to facilitate the teachers in academic and research activities. Next point is regarding student-teacher ratio. The increase in number of seats or intake capacity should be in consonance with availability of faculty and academic infrastructure. What happened when there is a question of we are also using GER, we have to increase, but not on the cost of quality. There should be dearth of teacher and we are increasing the intake of students. So how both things will go same time? Expediting the faculty recruitment against all the vacancies to maintain ideal student-teacher ratio. Autonomy to the university to review and increase the teaching positions with respect to the increase in number of student courses and programs. With an ideal student-teacher ratio, teacher will have adequate time for interaction with the students, conducting research and other university activities. Role of faculty in curricular design, pedagogy, research, student engagement. Autonomy to the faculty for curriculum designing, pedagogy and assessment strategies. Empowering the faculty to adopt innovative pedagogical approaches to enable them to perform creatively. Recognition to the faculty adopting engaging innovative methods and tools for teaching. Freedom to the teacher to review and amend the curriculum periodically. Promoting the teachers to integrate research with teaching. Then autonomy in conducting research projects, collaborating research, extension activities. Promoting the faculty for research projects and collaborative research by providing ample autonomy to the principal investigators. Simplifying the process for procurements under the projects to sustain the motivation of the researchers. Attractive incentive to the faculty pursuing consultancy projects, quality publication, and patents. After that, next thing is the technology use and integration. So there is a need of National Education Technology Forum. So National Education Technology Forum and other appropriate bodies shall set up standards of content, technology and pedagogy for online or digital teaching, set up learning ICT infrastructure and digital initiative in sync with Digital India campaign, and the university shall plan its digital initiative accordingly. Adequate technology support for improvement of educational process and outcomes. Building intellectual and institutional capacities in educational technology in consonance with the advice of NETF, which I have told you, National Education Technology Forum, making the best use of rich variety of educational software developed and made available for students and teachers by NETF. Technology-enabled teaching, learning, and governance. Provision of technologies involving artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchains, smart boards, adaptive computer testing for enhanced learning experience, educational software and hardware for technology-enabled learning, technological interventions for the purpose of improving teaching, learning, and evaluation process, supporting teacher preparation and professional development, enhancing educational access and streamlining educational planning, management, and administration, including process related to admissions, attendance, assessments. Utilization of digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing, that is like Diksha platform for professional development of teachers. Students have this option. They can take the additional program from portal their Diksha. Use of emerging disruptive technologies as categorized by NETF for necessary transformation in the education system. Conducting research on disruptive technologies. Prioritize attention to the disruptive technologies that are expected to change the way we live and therefore change the way we educate students. Include those relating to clean and renewable energy, water conservation, sustainable farming, environmental preservation, and other green initiatives. Online and digital education. Optimal use of technology-based education platform such as Diksha and Swam, creating initial versions of instructional material and course, including online course in cutting-edge domains and assessing their impact on a specific area such as professional education. University may offer PhD and master's program in core areas such as machine learning, as well as multidisciplinary fields and professional areas like healthcare, agriculture, and law through SWAM platform that is already available there. Blending of traditional teaching with the online in undergraduate and vocational programs. Identifying different effective models of blended learning for different subjects while considering the essential importance of face-to-face learning. Tools such as two-way video and two-way audio interface for holding online classes may be used as a popular mode of interaction, particularly in pandemic-like situations. Digital content in multiple Indian language to address the issue of linguistic diversity. Then there is a question of global outreach of higher education. Here, first point is credit recognition or transfer. Considering universities, higher education institution with equal or higher NAAC oblique afterwards, that is that NAAC grades as equivalent for credit transfer. You might have seen they have already made the provision in this policy. Afterwards, there was not this NAAC NAC, and that will give to the accreditators that work and make the monitoring. So still what that infrastructure, what that structures was, even for UGC also, that was not taken till time any shape. So, but they have already made the provision for that NAC. Counting the credits acquired by the student from foreign university, awarding 1-2 credit for seva, service, community service. This is also very important suggestion to attract the students for community service. Award 1-2 credits for that. Credits in the course of related streams entrepreneurial competencies, communication, soft skills, and so on. More freedom to the student to earn the credits from Institute of Higher Learning located in India and abroad. Restructuring academic programs of uniform and compatible credit pattern. Constituting a committee to recommend the multidisciplinary courses and their credits. International Student Office at each Institute of Higher Learning Center, establishing an International Student Office. As I tell you, if there is a proper their residential facility, there is that type of infrastructure, we will attract that international which we have taken in the research and innovations. They will come, and there is a need of foreign currency also generate. Campuses of Indian higher education institution abroad and vice versa. Research and teaching collaboration with high quality foreign institutions, setting up campuses in other countries. Here, one thing I will take for this also, for NEC present requirement, if you just see in the innovation also, there is a need of MOU. Normally, it is a very common, people are saying, I have a MOU with that institution. But I have seen, then I am saying, there are several places, there are MOU, which is not, that is dead, that is not alive. Long back they have done, and they have not done any activities. So that MOU is hardly matters. So take the timely, if that is finished, renewal of MOU, and not MOU for the sake of MOU. Try to collaborate research or extension activities with that MOU institution. So that will not simply the formality of MOU. So for that purpose, MOU, whatever the good institution, try to, if you want to take advantage of their infrastructure, their academic faculty, their governance, try to make the MOU with the good institution, not only that institution which is not that type, they can give you any advantage after their MOU. So try to be cautious about MOU is not for we have to done MOU. We have to do because of upgradation, because of learning, because of making our institution better. That spirit we have to make the MOU. Research and teaching collaboration with high quality foreign institutions, setting up campuses in other countries. A new institution for languages will be established. It is given in the policy document also. National Institute for Pali, Persian and Prakrit. Then next is global outreach of higher education. Here for global outreach, what should be the goals? Short term, academic bank of credit of the university to facilitate transfer of credit acquired by the student from Indian/foreign university for the award of a degree. Considering the universities with equal or higher NEC grades as equivalent, and the credits earned by the student from such university may be counted while awarding the degrees. Awarding 1-2 credits for Seva, I have told you. Constitution of a university level moderation committee to suggest and recommend the multidisciplinary courses, programs and their credits. More freedom to the student to earn the credits not only from various departments of the university, but also from Institute of Higher Learning located in India and abroad. General education shall include credits in the course of related streams, entrepreneurial competencies, communication, soft skill, critical thinking, problem solving, decision making abilities, and value education. These were the short term. For mid-term, mutually beneficial MOUs with foreign countries to promote faculty. For long-term, Center for Pali Persian and setting up campuses in other countries. Then there is a question of promotion of Indian knowledge system, language, culture and values. So what was the purpose? make the individual holistic. So holistic individuals, pedagogy to make education more experiential and holistic. Space for creative and critical thinking for holistic growth. Formative and continuous and comprehensive strategies for 360-degree evaluation and assessment. Sensitizing teachers and parents to promote holistic development of the student. Multidisciplinary and holistic education across the domains. Transforming the teacher with holistic professional development. Restructuring the academic programs to impart multidisciplinary and holistic education. Then skill and values, mapping up skills for better employability, introducing more programs in vocational education, introducing short-term skill-based programs, establishment of various clubs for upskilling of the student, revision of syllabi to integrate multidisciplinary skill component, identifying set of professional life skills to be imparted across the disciplines, offering a course on value-based education, training on knowledge of India and its value, ethos, art, traditions, then culture and arts, including traditional Indian knowledge, including tribal knowledge in the curriculum, promoting the culture of cross-disciplinary and interdisciplinary research, starting a special scholarship for studies in Indian languages, arts and culture, introducing the departments of music, fine art, translation and interpretation, comparative literature, philosophy and performative arts. Indian language, introducing departments and programs in Indian languages, coordinating with classical language institution, setting up of institute centers for Pali-Persian, coordination with National Mission for mentoring for necessary support in teaching to Indian language, and promoting Sanskrit as one of the language options. Then there is a question of very important point, which is very important for NAAC point of view also, for IQC also, that is a research, innovation and rankings. For that, we are aware they have made a provision of National Research Foundation. On that lines, there is a need of institutional research foundation by the good higher education institution. So institutional research foundation can be formed, avail fund for research in all discipline when NRF is established, establishment of institutional research foundation. Then internship, awarding 1-2 credits for this service and internship, liaising with neighboring governments, private school for teaching internship, creating opportunities for internship with local industry, include the component of research and internship in the curriculum. That is a very important point, component of research and internship in the curriculum. The project work, dissertation, internship may be conducted in collaboration with industry. Then we can know about what is the needs of the industry, their contribution. Industry should be involved in the development of curriculum, development of instructional material, in conducting internship. That if we will do this thing, I have seen in my earlier experience in vocational education, that time when we are making that meeting of the employers, they are saying when they are involved in the curriculum, in the books, in the teachers training, then they are taking the responsibility of that campus recruitment. Yes, they are according to our need. Otherwise, earlier what they are saying, you people are whatever you want to take in the syllabus. Your outcome, your students are not fit for us. That is not in the need of the industry. So from the very beginning, we can involve in all steps of curriculum designing and all the teacher training. Then startups, setting up startup incubation centers, establishing partnership with the organization, institution, ministries, credits in the course of related streams, entrepreneurial competencies, and so on. For research innovation, since it is a very important, I want to tell here goals also. In some, I have told you that strategies, and since goals comes from there only, so I have not taken. But here in research innovation and ranking, this is very important. So here, short term for 2 years, including credits in the courses of related streams, entrepreneurial competencies, soft skill, critical thinking, liaising with neighboring governments, creating opportunities for internship with local industry, artist, craft person, as well as research internship with other higher education institution or research institution. Like we can also collaborate with Tata Institute of Social Science Research. Even in vocational time, I have seen when there was the BVOC was started long back, there was also the MVOC retail, MVOC, BFSI, banking, financial services, and insurance, and other in the Tata Institute. And when I have a opportunity to visit, they have told there is no dearth of student. There is enough demand of that type of course. So course is not important. How you can run, what type of competency they are performing. The employer don't want your only degree. Now they want what skill they have, how they perform their work efficiently. Then project work, dissertation, internship may be conducted in collaboration with other universities, awarding 1-2 credit for seva, incentive to faculty and student for research and innovation. There must be some incentive to that faculty who are very much active, who are coming with the innovative ideas, devoting more times in comparison to the persons. So he feels little negative motivated. So try to, it is not necessary that always financial type of incentive is required. Sometimes if we give the proper recognition, that also help him to motivate him. Yes, that my extra thing has been recognized by the head of the institution, by my colleagues, by my circle. So that is equally important.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your wonderful session.
Dr. Mandakini Bhosle, IPSC coordinator. Here, sir, it's my pleasure to give a vote of thanks to Dr. Ravindra Shukla, sir, as an eminent personality who has enlightened us each and every corner of IQSC and NEP 2020. IQSC in any institution is a significant administrative body that is responsible for all the quality matters. It is a prime responsibility of the IQSC to initiate, plan and supervise that are necessary to increase and enhance the quality of the education imparted in institution or an college. Dr. Ravindra Shukla sir has shared a valuable information about the multidisciplinary and holistic education, equity and inclusion in higher education, motivating, energizing, and capable faculties, global outreach of higher education, promotion of Indian knowledge system, language, culture, and the value. Sir has also pointed out the ICT infrastructure, integrated higher education system, research, innovation, and ranking. Sir, you have focused each and every corner of the IQC. There is no place to point out and to raise the question regarding IQC. Sir, you have focused each and every point in a depth way that there is no question to ask for the same. Sir, you are detailed about the strategic action plan, the short-term, middle-term goals, the credit-based system and the UGC regulatory regulation about the credit bank, then integrated approach about the various vocational courses and the institutions who are facing the problem about running the such vocational courses. Sir, you have pointed out the faculty status and most of the faculties are interested to know about the same. Sir, you have really focused very well about how to energize the faculties very well. Sir, outcome-based curriculum is also most important part which are involved in the IQSC. IPR and research is also a very important part and sir has covered each and every corner of the research. Sir, has given the quite good evidences of the various universities and institutions regarding their facing the problems for conducting the problems relating to the various points which sir has covered. Sir, everyone who are participating in this session will be highly impressed about your point which you are covered in this session. Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to uh, request the participant that they have to give the feedback about the search session. And now I would like to hand over the session to the Prasad Godke and Dr. Khedkar madam. Thank you very much, sir, once again, sir. Thank you.